Welcome, my dear. Have you been able to practice what I said in the last video? Have you had some time to decree things concerning your life and the change that you desire? I want to trust that you did have some time to do so, because I'm going to take you a step further. And remember, I said to you that a decree means to determine something. You determine something. You determine what will be. And the Bible says it shall be established unto you. It also means to destroy. That means sometimes your decree might be to break down or cut down something that already exists. You can decree that something that already is, or that may presently be the situation, can be changed. You can decree a change, and it shall be established unto you. Now, if you haven't done that, or if you haven't started doing that, because it's not like you decree for 2 days or decree for 2 hours and then you stop decreeing. This is part of what you will add to your principles for life. You become a decreer in your life. You understand? Every now and then you are decreeing a thing. You are decreeing a thing. You're speaking words of power, speaking authoritative words. And guess what? As you do so, it shall be established. It shall be established unto you. Another meaning of established means to be brought to the scene. So when you speak a thing, it is brought to the scene for you. Wow. Wow. That makes life easier, doesn't it? I'm sure it does. It does. Just before I take you into the other part I want to share with today, I want to elaborate also on the latter part of that verse of scripture we read the last time in Job chapter 22 and verse 28. It says that thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. And then it says, it shall be established unto you. And then it says, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. The light shall shine upon thy ways. Now I can't say this enough. It says the light shall shine upon thy ways. The reason many people are walking in darkness today, and what is darkness? Darkness is simply a state of ignorance, a state of quagmire, a state of disaster. Name it, everything you can imagine is associated with darkness. It says that, listen, if you will decree a thing, it will be established unto you, and you will have light on your way. There will be light, there will be direction in your life. Listen to me, child of God. Your direction, the brightness of your path in life is connected to your decree in a thing. The reason certain people's lives have no direction is because they are not decreeing anything. When you decree a thing, it begins to govern your life. It determines the path that your life will go in. It determines the journey that you will take in life. Do you understand? If you want to live or walk through the journey of prosperity, you must decree prosperity. If you want to have a journey of health, you must decree health. If you want to have a journey of a beautiful family, you must decree a beautiful family. He says, when you decree a thing, it shall be established unto you, and then you're going to have the light upon your ways. You have light on your ways. There will be clarity on your way. So decreeing a thing is important, extremely important. Now the other part of it I want to share with you today is just a verse away. Job chapter 22, this time around from verse 29. Job, this is also part of the secrets that Job knew, which in turn turned his life around. Okay, it says, when men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person. When men are cast down, my goodness, when men are defeated, when men are destroyed, when men are dethroned, when men are brought to nothing, when the economy has destroyed businesses and empires, when currencies are being devalued, when what used to be high up there is now low down here. He said, when things get out of order, he said, then, oh my goodness, he said, then, that same time, that period, that season, when people are in trouble, that period, when you hear news of war and even war in itself, he said, that same time, he said, then you shall say, He says, you shall say there is lifting up. Oh my goodness. He's saying, do not join them to talk the cast down. Do not join them to talk the defeat. If you do, you rope yourself in. Remember, in the last video, I talked about decreeing a thing. What you say is what you have decreed. And until you say it, it is not yet established. But the moment you say it, it is established unto you. No matter what happens, no matter what you face, no matter what news you hear, it is not yet certified. It is not yet established until you confirm it with your mouth. When you talk the cast down, then the cast down is established unto you. And Job is showing us, he said, when men are cast down, shut up. That is not the time for you to start talking trouble. He said, don't join them. He said, if you want to have peace in your life, if you want to have peace in your life, the reason, let me tell you right at once, the reason God is not able to help certain people, the reason it appears like God is not willing to help certain people is because they are using their mouth wrongly. They are talking themselves into deeper trouble and they are hoping for God to help. Read. He said, when men are cast down, then thou shalt say there is lifting. And then he says, and he shall save the humble person. He shall save. That means he will only save that person who is speaking the word. That person who is saying that there is lifting is the only person that can be saved. When men are cast down, when men are downtrodden, when men are brought to nothing. You know, some people say that can't we say it the way it is? That's your problem. You have been saying it the way it is and see where it has brought you. Why don't you change it? Why don't you change it? What you say is what you have. What you say is what you have. No matter what happens, never endorse evil or what you do not expect with your mouth by saying it. You are the prophet of your life. You are the, oh goodness, you are the prophet of your life. When you speak, you prophesy. And it will be unto you according to your prophecy. When men are cast down, Job said, thou shalt say there is lifting. No wonder, when he lost everything, Job will not curse God. When he lost everything, Job will not speak nonsense. The Bible makes it clear that in all that happened to Job, Job did not use his mouth wrongly. He didn't ask God stupid questions. He knew this as a secret, that his life was going to be determined by his talking. Now let me tell you something, and listen to this one very carefully. All right, you are not prosperous because you work hard. Your prosperity, your well-being in life, your advancement in life is not connected to your job, but it's connected to your talking. Hold on here. Let me show you something. Proverbs chapter 12. Proverbs chapter 12. And I'm reading verse 14. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 14. It says, a man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth. A man's satisfaction in life, oh goodness, hear me. A man's satisfaction in life is connected to the use of his mouth. You are going to be only as satisfied as you talk satisfaction. You are going to enjoy only as much good as you speak. I told you last time, now the reason many people seemingly have their miracle and lose it is because they haven't learned these simple principles. No matter what miracle you have, for example, let me talk finances. If someone gives you $1 million today, or let's say you got $10 million today, you had nothing and somebody gave $10 million today. The fact that you had $10 million does not mean that you will not be broke tomorrow. No, that's the truth. It does not mean that you will not be broke next year. It is when the goodies are coming as a product or a harvest of your talking that you are guaranteed. It says, a man shall be satisfied in life He shall be satisfied. He will have so much good to his satisfaction by the fruit of his lips, the fruit of his mouth. So the more satisfaction, the more good you talk, the more good you enjoy. It's in your talking. It's in your talking. Let me show you something more. Same principle. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 2. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 2. It says, a man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. Not by his famine. No, by the fruit of his mouth will a man eat good. You want to eat good. You want things to change. You want better situations. You want better conditions. You want things to turn around for the good. Now is the time to start preconditioning them with the use of your mouth. As a matter of fact, you are where you are today because of what you said yesterday. You are where you are today because of what you said last month. You are where you are today because of what you said last year. Your present reality is the result of your yesterday's talk. So if you are going to change it, then you've got to use today rightly and speak the right words only. Job said, I knew these secrets and it saved me from talking anyhow. If you will not talk anyhow, no matter what happens, not only will you rise again, but you will even rise above and beyond where you fell from. A man shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. With his fruit of his mouth. Ask yourself, what is my talking like? What have I been talking? Let me show you one more. Proverbs chapter 18. I love this one very especially. Proverbs chapter 18. Now you observe that these scriptures I'm reading to you, they are from the book of Proverbs. The book of wisdom. This is wisdom talking to us. Wisdom is giving us an advice. Wisdom is saying, hey, you want to enjoy life. It's in your mouth. Oh. It's in your mouth. The enjoyment of your life is in your mouth. Proverbs chapter 18, I'm reading verse 20. It says, a man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. Now listen to this. And it says, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. Now that's a second part I want to buttress here. It says, with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Let us assume that a man is 30% full of goodies in life. Alright, let's assume that a man is 30% full of goodies in life. What the wisdom of God is telling us is that for that man to move from 30% full to 50% full, he would have to increase the talking of fullness in his lips. Are you following me? He has to increase the talking of good with his lips. And he says, with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. In other words, the quality of life that a man will live in will only increase as the quality of words with which he describes his life will increase. The quality of life that a man will live will only increase and improve as it increases and improves the quality of words with which he describes his life. Your life and your future is in your mouth now. Where you are today, I said, is where you spoke about yesterday. And where you will be tomorrow is where you are going to speak about today. So what will you do with your mouth? I call it the instrument of the mouth. What will you do with the instrument of your mouth?